Before I get started, I would like to say that this is my favorite topic. I'm smiling as I write this in preparation for this video. Think about something. In our world, 90% of it is evil. Ha ha ha. Not that that's funny, but I feel Star Wars would be the same. Don't get mad, but how can you have balance when the Empire and the Jedi are both despicable? I know it's a lost argument because George says there's a balance. Just my thoughts. Anyways, the Jedi Order, often revered as the paragon of virtue and peace in the Star Wars universe. Not my words, but I found them when doing my research and they fit. The Jedi Order, often revered as the paragon of virtue and peace in the Star Wars universe, can be argued to possess characteristics and practices that may be construed as evil. One fundamental critique is their rigid adherence to an inflexible code that demands the suppression of natural emotions, which blows my mind. These people I deal with daily wouldn't make it as a Jedi. This philosophy denies Jedi the right to love, form attachments, or express a full range of human emotions, which can lead to significant psychological strain and internal conflict. You think? By discouraging emotional connections, the Jedi effectively strip their members of essential human experiences, promoting an emotionally sterile existence that could be deemed unnatural and even cruel. Real quick, it still bothers me that Anakin didn't go get his mother sooner. He never listened to the Jedi Council's orders in the Clone Wars. Why not head on over and kill Watto? Just a thought. Furthermore, the Jedi's approach to child recruitment raises ethical questions. The Order often takes children at a very young age, separating them from their families to begin training. These younglings are indoctrinated into Jedi beliefs before they are old enough to make informed decisions about their own lives. This practice can be seen as a form of child exploitation, where the Jedi impose their dogma on impressionable minds, effectively eliminating the children's autonomy and right to choose their own paths. This recruitment strategy not only disrupts families, but also raises significant ethical concerns regarding consent and the rights of the child. We get to see this in The Acolyte. The Jedi tried to make it look like it was the child's choice, but it wasn't. Plus, we haven't really seen them take children. Most of the time in the films and animated shows, it's a better situation for the child, but we all know they just show up, spout Republic law, and take them. Squirrel, back to it. The Jedi's involvement in political affairs also complicates their moral standing. Despite their claims of being peacekeepers and defenders of justice, the Jedi often entangle themselves in the political machinations of the Galactic Republic. Their participation in the Clone Wars, acting as generals and warriors rather than mediators and diplomats, directly contradicts their supposed commitment to peace. By leading armies and engaging in warfare, the Jedi contribute to widespread violence and destruction, undermining their moral authority and raising questions about their true intentions and the consequences of their actions. The Jedi's black and white view of morality contributes to their potential for evil. Their rigid dichotomy of the light side versus the dark side of the Force leaves little room for nuance or moral complexity. This absolutist mindset can lead to the persecution of those who do not conform to their strict standards, including Force-sensitive individuals who may not align with their philosophy but are not inherently evil. The Jedi's intolerance for differing beliefs and practices can result in the unjust marginalization or eradication of those they deem a threat, perpetuating a cycle of conflict and oppression. I've always said the Jedi Council was created to suppress Force sensitives and control them. The Jedi's failure to address systemic corruption within their own ranks further tarnishes their reputation. Throughout the Star Wars saga, it becomes evident that the Jedi Council is not immune to arrogance, hubris, and political manipulation. Their inability to recognize and counteract the rise of Darth Sidious, who operated under their noses, highlights a profound disconnect from the realities of the galaxy they claim to protect. This failure not only facilitated the fall of the Republic, but also led to the extinction of their own order, suggesting a dangerous level of incompetence and moral blindness within their leadership. By the way, it pains me to say that because Yoda and Mace are two of my favorite characters, they screwed up and have no one to blame but themselves. Finally, the Jedi's enforcement of their beliefs through coercive measures can be seen as tyrannical. The Jedi often impose their will on others, using the Force to manipulate or control situations to align with their objectives. This includes using mind tricks to influence behavior and decisions, which strips individuals of their free will and autonomy. Such practices raise serious ethical questions about the Jedi's respect for personal agency and their willingness to violate the principles of consent and freedom in pursuit of their goals. This brings me to a touchy subject. Did Anakin use the Force to manipulate Padme into loving him? I hate to think about it, but it's there in the back of my mind. Yes, I know it's a movie, but I'm a nerd. I think about these things. It's funny, but when I ask people at work, at comic conventions, and even at Thanksgiving around the table, 99% say the Jedi are good. While they are often portrayed as heroes in the Star Wars narrative, a closer examination of their practices reveals numerous ethical and moral concerns. The Jedi Order exhibits behaviors that can be considered authoritarian and ethically dubious. These aspects challenge the simplistic view of the Jedi as unequivocal paragons of good, suggesting that their legacy is far more complex and morally ambiguous. I believe they are just as evil as the Sith. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and please tell me how you feel about the Jedi. Are they good? Or are they evil? Or are they blinded by the light? Ha 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 ha, I just made that up. Thanks for the support. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.
You have failed me for the last time.